All right, hopefully everybody's having a fantastic weekend so far. I do have a penny box here in front of me. I did get it from a bank yesterday. I just had to do the quick $half search, knocked it out, did the giveaway for it also. But to bring y'all in, to let y'all know, I'm going to be doing the box hunt here. I'm probably going to add another box to it, but also these pennies, these wheat cents here are from the past couple of hunts that we had when I was in the trailer and on the road. So this is all wheat cents stacked up in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go through these and check for the album, check and see if we have any upgraders in here. I know we've got a couple of them, especially in this bag here, that are gonna upgrade, especially that nice little blazer there. I think it's a 47, that's a 43, 47 in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through that also to check in the album, see if we got any upgraders for the wheat cents. But if not, I'm gonna hold on to all those wheat cents for sure. But yeah, we got ourselves a circulated box. I had to pop it open just to make sure it was circulated, because there's been a lot of brand new rolls that I'm getting, especially pennies also. So anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it, and I'll bring you in on our first find. Well, guys, I'm pretty excited about this. This is kind of wild. So we're at, what, 5 rolls in. I'm actually working on the 5th roll here. Got some varieties set off to the side. We did get one wheat cent so far, which is a 56D there, and then one 2009D that I have set aside. But I just pulled this top coin off here, and was kind of blown away because I haven't found one of these in a while. Plus, 1864 Indian head. That is crazy. That has been so long since I found one of these. Let's get up under some light a little more. 1864. Wow. Not a fatty. And you know, there's 2 years. I want to say it was a 1906 and the 1909 that actually had mint marks on them. So I want to say the mint mark was kind of down here by the bottom of the wreath. But if you have a fatty Indian head, like an older one, like one of the first few years they made them, you won't see the shield on here. So you want to make sure to look for that if you have oldies. Let me go ahead and put it up under the scope real quick. Now it doesn't have the four diamonds on it, and it is a little worn in, but that's pretty awesome to have. So Liberty will be across the top here. It's very vague. You can see some of the lettering that's on there. It's just very, very, very vague. Yeah, you can see it on there. But then if you come down here, the 4 diamonds is what I was talking about. Now you can see there would be a diamond here, diamond here, diamond here, and a diamond here. It'd be 4 diamonds right up and down what would be kind of like the ponytail, but the braid hanging down. So if you got 4 diamonds on there, that's a really nice telltale sign. But 1864, this would definitely be the oldest Indian cent that I have. I don't usually collect them, but I've picked up a couple of them. I've got I think it's a 1876 and like some 1900s and stuff like that, but I don't have one that's this old. And I definitely want to look it up real quick to see if we have any kind of varieties that could be for this coin. I'm not seeing anything right off the bat, but you never know if like these little die chips or they could be a reference for something, or if the date has either, you see the way the 4 sits a smidge higher actually, and the 6 sits a little higher. So if it's a low 18 or if it's a high 64 or vice versa. But let me go ahead and look it up real quick and see if I can see anything on the 1864. And I will be right back with you guys. So 1 second. I checked it out online. So there is actually 2 different varieties for the 1864. There's going to be one that's a copper nickel, and it weighs, I want to say it was 4.11 grams. And then this one here actually weighs 2.9, which is closer to that brown. So that was going to be a 3.1 grams for the brown one there. And this one here would have, it's either an RPD, which is repunch date, or a DDO. And I didn't see anything up underneath the scope, and I checked it, but that's awesome. And I mean, that's a pretty decent, that's about normal for the headband and the face right there to be worn down, and even for the other side there too. But that's still a really nice Indian cent to be pulled out of the roll. So that's awesome. Cross the fingers we get some more. So I'm gonna jump back into it and bring you in for the next find. All right, we got a handful of fines stacked up, a lot of varieties I got to work through here. But the handful of fines, we work our way from a 44 Philadelphia, got a 53S, a 56, 57, and 58D. But look at that 57. Nice blazer there. So that's a 57D. Got a few more of the 2009D stacked up on the bottom. One of the 2009 Philadelphia's on top. Now, I was pulling out these 1964s. They're in really good condition. Now, I was thinking this one on the far end was probably an ender, possibly, the way it's worn in a little more. A lot more shine on those 1964s. That's a Denver there, but yet again, it's still a 1964. But then on top of that 1864 there, I found an early one also, the George there. That's a 1940 Canadian. It's been forever since I found a 40s Canadian. So that's kind of interesting that these two older coins have popped out of the box together. Hopefully we either find an older Canadian, which would be really cool, or another older Indian head cent. So let me go ahead and run through all the varieties. If I find anything, I'll bring it back in. But if not, still got a lot more to roll through. I've got a 1966 Philadelphia up under the scope, and I think we have ourselves actually a DDO on this one. Looking at the pictures between a couple of the websites, and I'm thinking we pretty sure have a DDO. Now the doubling in the eye is going to be on the left side, and also on the ends actually on the left side. It would be more tined right here. Now if I peek it just a little bit, it's a little tougher to tell, but you can almost tell on the bottom here too. The G is definitely got some doubling in there. The O's got some doubling. The D also. Move over here to the W. The W is going to be on the bare bottom. So this looks kind of like it's the south portion of it, the way it's doubled almost. And like I said, the Variety Vista has it the same way. The T is actually doubled in the inside of here. The R has got to be, I'm not for sure what this is coming off of the R. Same thing with the U. It's coming off the U here also. So you can see inside of the R there's doubling inside. The U is just really thick, really bold at the bottom. You can see where the S is doubled at. The T is just smooshed in just a little bit. But also the date, it's a little tined right here on the bottom side of the 9. The 1 is tough to tell, but it's got to be on this left side possibly. It's really, really, really thick. The 6 is also, the 6 is really thick. It's almost like it's doubled in the inside of the 6 here. Then it's supposed to be the eye. I'm not really seeing much on the eye. Maybe right here, as you see, it's possibly coming off the eyelid, a little bit on the inside, on the top side, possibly. And then the BER is supposed to be bold, and as you see, that is the thickest thing out of Liberty. So LI isn't too thick. The BER is, because it hangs a little lower, and then the TY. So I think we've got ourselves a 1966 Philadelphia DDO on this one. It's not super bold, but in that case too, it's not really too terribly bad condition. It's pretty nice. So we're gonna go ahead and set this one up here as a fine. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be the DDO. And I actually weighed it and made sure everything was good and golden. But I am also weighing the 1982 small date Denver minted ones also, just in case they weigh 3.1 grams, to be, crossing fingers, a more valuable coin. But anyhow, I'm pretty sure that 1966 is a DDO. Down 17 rolls. Just wanted to bring you in because I did find a really nice 1975 proof, which is actually, it's like a goldish coloration, so it's got to be out of some kind of set, not just a regular, proof set or whatnot, but it's, like I said, it's got a goldish tone to it. Really, really, really nice 1975. But then too, I just pulled out a nice 1954S blazer out of the roll too. Got a few blazers so far, which is interesting. Do we have another collection dump possibly? Bring y'all in for some more finds, definitely for some handful of finds, more varieties, but look at all of the wheat scents so far, other than the proof that we've got. The blazers, the 54S that I showed you originally, I got another one, and another blazer 57. There's the 54 I showed you originally, so we got two of the 54S's. A 53D, that's a blazer, and that 57D, that's a blazer also. Then we pulled out a 1927 Philadelphia, which is the oldest so far of the hunt. scoot over here to a 52S and a 57D. So it's quite surprising to see that many nice blazers coming out of the rolls for sure. So it just adds up with a nice proof that usually proofs you have to get out of a case, you know, to throw it into circulation, especially all the nicer, like say 50s finds that are here. That's pretty odd. And then the old Indian here, and then the old George himself also on top of that. So it just added up. Looks like a little bit of a dump to me for sure. But we still got a little less than half a box to go. Another roll there too. Nice. A little less than half a box to go. But if we get as many finds as we have here, it's going to be a really nice hunt.
Hey, this is Brad here. Make sure if you haven't already, go down below and hit that subscribe button and the like button also. It's like 60% of the people who watch the videos keep watching or not subscribed. So make sure you go down below and hit subscribe. It is free. Plenty more videos to come.
13 rolls in the box. I was like, all right, I got a nice little oldie to show them. And then all of a sudden, the same roll, I got back to back. I got a 1917 there and a 1917 there. Really worn in, but I don't think we have a 1970 in the album. Yeah, really worn in. That reverse looks a smidge better than the other one there for sure. Little dent. Yeah, so that 1917 there looks little bit better. That's they're still in rough condition, but it's still nice to find them. Like I said, it's a nice little filler for the album. I'm gonna stuff them there. Got some more variety stacked up. A few more of the 2009s that I've been putting up here. Found a 2009 Philadelphia there. And then about the same amount, I want to say I added a 1947, really crunchy looking 47 and a 46 there. So anyhow, that's still working. I'm having a little head scratcher moment with this 1969. The 1969 looks really good. Pull it out from the scope. Smidge in a second. It looks really good. It's a 1969 S, but it's the S that's kidding me. I'm seeing something. You can see it right there in the bottom side, and it possibly looks like something in the inside also. What it kind of looks like to me is almost a small S over a big S, but I don't think it. I looked up on a few guides. I didn't see anything on there, but it looks like we might have an RPM the way the inside of it here looks like. I'm not sure. That is a really good one there, though. I'm not for sure what it would be. Let me know what y'all think if y'all see something on here I'm not seeing, or if you know something offhand that I don't know. But what it looks like a small S. So like it would be the small, the bottom side of the S here curls under and comes back, you know, but I could be wrong with that. That's a pretty good sized barrel on the bottom side of that S too, but I'm not for sure. I know it's got to be an RPM or a repunch mint mark for sure. Just a lot going on with it though. So yeah, and then, but two, you know, could this be doubling the backside of the 9 there, the thickness of the 1? See the tine right here up the top side of the 1 could be the back side of the 1, back side of the 9, the thickness coming off the back of the 6 here also. I'm not for sure on this portion. I can't really see anything on there, but and if you come up here to the top, any telltale signs of actually doubling. It's a really bold N. Probably up top here, top of the eye, possibly. Could be actually stamped across the middle here, stamped across the middle, on top of each other. You know, the DDO for the Variety Vista is really just pretty bland. It's pretty tough to see. Could be doubled in the inside of the W there. You see the R here could be doubled here, doubled on the inside, doubled on the bottom. So a little tougher to see on this one, but yeah, I think there's something going on with this one. Something definitely going on with that S for sure. Not seeing much on Liberty. Just always a really thick B and E on there. So yeah, what do y'all think? Y'all let me know. That's interesting though. All right, knocked out box number 2, and I went ahead and went through all the varieties that were set up on the table. And I also dumped out the 2 bags of wheat scents that we have from the past few weeks. when I was in Nebraska doing some wheat cent hunting and so forth, so on. So this is the stack of wheat cents we have. I've already looked through for all the possible upgrades for the album, all the ones that we need to fill in there. So which was actually really nice because we got a lot on the board. Now, before I get any further into what we had going on with our hunt right here, I wanted to show you a few things that I had stacked up in the bag. I didn't have any flips with me, like these 2x2 flips you see here to put the coins in. Everything was here at the house, so it was kind of an up and move type thing. So I put it all in a bag and I just brought it all here. So I'm gonna show you a few of these coins just real quick that I caught on the hunt in the past. But you see the 1983, you see the big blob of metal basically up on top of that, like a cut or something that's on top of that 1 and the 9 there. So that's pretty interesting. I pulled it off to the side. I'm not sure what it is. Just looks like, say, like a cut or like just a probably a little gas pocket or something like that on top of there. So that was interesting. I wanted to hold off on that one. You don't see them a whole lot, so that was just new to me. And then counter stamp, 1973D, looks like probably Kennedy. They counter stamped JFK's face on the, like, they got multiple years. I want to say like 72, 73, 76, and so forth, so on. So counter stamp 1973. So that was actually pretty interesting. Just an oddity to pull out. Now this right here, these next two coins are cool. That's a 2000 there. Now the 2000, you got to make sure, if you look at that A and an M on there, see how they're not touching? That's going to be a 2000 wide AM. So that is a variety you want to look for, and especially in better shape. This one's in actually pretty good condition. Probably about that AU 55 range, give or take. But that's a nice find also. Stack this one here, and then up to the next one, which is another 1998. And as I said, another, because it is a wide rim also, or wide AM. See, the A and the M aren't touching there. So this is going to be a 1998 wide AM. Little gunk on it, but coin and all in all is pretty decent shape. So that's going to be another variety too. If you're looking through your coins, make sure you're looking for those. We did get a bunch of Canadians out of those few hunts that we did, like I said, down in the trailer. Now on to the ones that we have stacked up here. So as you saw, we did get that really early Canadian there, that Georgiavish 1940 Canadian there at Canada, and then the 1981 Canada also out of our hunt. We got that beautiful 1975 S proof, and then also our 1864 Indian head cent, which I'm still blown away. That's probably one of the oldest coin. Actually, that is the oldest coin I've ever pulled out of a box of coins. So that's going to be an awesome 1864 for sure. It's not a fatty, but man, it has got some great details to it, being as old as it is, especially out of a coin roll. I want to come over here to this 1966. I know we looked at it on Scope. I thought it might be a DDO. It's got some telltale pieces to it, and I looked it over and looked up some videos and stuff. I think I'm just going to debunk it, and basically it's just going to be some machine doubling on there. It's a nice coin all in all. It'd be nice to get that 1966 DDO, but pretty tough coin to find. So that one's going to go back in the bag. We'll set that one off here to the side. Move on over here to the 1960s. Now I checked them off for any of the DDRs. Like I said, real beautiful coins, really beautiful coins. I'm going to try to see if I can pull out a roll of my pennies that I have. Now, I don't stack up a full roll of 1964s, a full roll of 1964Ds, a full roll of 1961s. I kind of intermingle those into a roll, not slamming around, not dumping them and stuff, but I do hold on to the 60s, the 50s, so forth, so on. So those are really nice. Now, that 1969S is the one I was kind of scratching my brain with that S. It looks like an RPD, like the RPM, which is a rib punch mint mark on there, or something's going on with the S. So I want to say that's a pretty good identifier of something that might have an RPM on it. Now, coming over here, this is all of the upgrades I could put in the album, which, as you see, 2, 4, 8, 10 upgrades for the album, which is really nice because majority of them are blazers, like that 54S. You come down here, the 57's a blazer, 54S there. Actually, you got two 54S's, so that one I'm going to definitely keep. This one, we're going to go ahead and poke out of there, but I still have a little slot to put it in another little album. So we got 9 upgraders all in all then. So 56, the 47D there. And then we come back down here to the ones I didn't have in the album, which is funny because that 47S is super crunchy. But it needed to be in the album, and I didn't have a spot there. So I pulled the binder over here real quick. Scoot this off, cut the scope off just a smidge, a second. So we needed the 14 Philadelphia there. You come over here, see where we're at. So 14 Philadelphia there. A little rough condition, but it's a 1914. So that's really nice. And then a 1917 that you see there, come over here. We didn't have a 1917 Philadelphia. We had a 1917S, which you found. All these are all found in rolls, so which is nice. So we got our 1917 we're going to stuff in there also. And then we move on to the 41D and the 40D. So I'm going to flip over here next couple of pages there. As you see, a 41D we didn't have, and the 40D we didn't have too. So that's nice. That's two actually in the same page there that we're going to throw in. Then we move over to our, what was it, 41D? What did I say? So that 47S. And you see the 47S, we've got an empty spot there also to put it. So that's going to do it for this page also. We'll have it filled up. But we're always going to be looking for upgraders. As you see, there's going to be a lot of the 50s finds here and some of the 50s here that we're going to upgrade into the album. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that probably off screen, not to bring y'all in on it. But all in all, this is actually filling up pretty quickly. I mean, I've seen hunts to where it takes hundreds of boxes to fill these up. And I know good and well that the 09s and stuff like that in through here is going to take a while. But I'm pretty excited that it's actually filled up this fast. I mean, like I say, the third page here is almost completely done. I don't know if y'all got one of these 1943. No, I was just joking. I've got steel scents that might need to be something I just poke in there. Actually, I thought they were copper, but it shows steel. So anyhow, all in all, really good hunt, really awesome hunt. Like I mentioned, I did have some coins stacked up from the past few hunts, which was actually pretty cool. So anyhow, I hope y'all loved the video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I do look at a lot of analytics on here to help out, to try to move things. And, you know, whenever I get to where I'm more situated and subtle to, you know, get more subscribers in, more fan base and stuff like that, I'm going to be doing a lot more giveaways because it is you guys that make this channel move around. So anyhow, hope y'all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit the like button, and we'll see y'all in the next video.